Hey guys, All In Crypto here and welcome back ladies and gentlemen for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. Today guys, we're going to be diving straight into Cardano and there is a lot going on right now guys. I've been watching these charts pretty heavily over the past 24 hours as I am anticipating that we do go into price discovery. And I'm going to share with you in this video what that looks like and what that's kind of all about. So where we're going to start guys, we're of course going to look at the chart because you're in a pattern right now that I'm going to draw for you that would signal a break to the upside. There are a number of variables that kind of point towards this. Bitcoin, for example, looks pretty good. You're going to have a move of some sorts. If you decide you want to fail the support levels that we currently have, you are going to go lower. But ultimately guys, if you look at your MACD on the weekly, things look pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. You're on the start of something big. And this sell-off could have actually been many people calling for the end of the world, the end of the crypto space with this sell-off. But this sell-off could be the kind of fuel to the fire, if you will, that is actually going to see that epic parabolic run to the end of the year that we're expecting, much the same as 2017 and 2013. So we're going to get into a lot of things in this video. We're going to be looking, of course, at my Twitter. I'm going to be playing you a clip of Charles talking about a potential US government partnership that may be announced at the Cardano Summit. This is a big event, something I'm going to be attending digitally. I won't be attending it in person. But this is huge, and there's a lot of things that are going to be dropped during this time. I've got some ideas of some, but it's largely speculation at the moment, so I don't really want to say too much. This is going to be a huge catalyst for the growth of Cardano, not just in terms of price, but adoption. So we've got lots to go over. The news flow is just amazing, guys, that we're seeing at the moment. They're getting covered by everybody. You know, it's the hot topic. And the reason being is because it's just done so well in terms of an investment. So where I want to start, guys, is with the charts. Now, you guys know we're in a cup and handle structure. This was formed after our falling wedge, which is a trend reversal sign, and you've actually played pretty perfectly to this. And this was the kind of schematic that we overlaid. We posted it on Twitter, where we said during this sell-off, look, guys, everything's fine. You're essentially just following your not your Elliott wave theory. You're following this cup and handle structure pretty perfectly, and essentially, you know, you're just climbing your way out of it. And that's exactly what you're doing, guys. You're holding support. You had a falling wedge here, which signaled a trend reversal potentially. You've broken out of that. You've come above your EMAs and you're holding it, guys. And I showed you plenty of examples previously of times where you would come up above your EMA, you'd got rejected off resistance, and then you'd come back, held it before setting up for more continuation. This is a beautiful example right here, guys. Your local high, you come up, you sell off, you pop back, and then this EMA holds you before you eventually get a clear break from that resistance. And that's kind of what I think is happening today, guys. I think, you know, I'm going to draw this pattern for you. The pattern that we're talking about is really an ascending triangle of sorts. It's not really an ascending triangle, but it's what you're seeing essentially here, guys, is you're seeing a squeezing take place, and you are not only getting squeezed by your EMA, which is kind of carrying you up. You are going to keep attacking this until you get through it, guys. Now, we're wrong. Let's say, for example, we get a sell-off. You come below your EMA, you fail it, and you start to make new lower lows. Then you're kind of in that, you know, your trend has reversed again. But right now, guys, things are looking pretty good. Now, I do anticipate that you are going to see, you know, these are some examples of different kind of triangles. It's not necessarily an ascending triangle. Can you see this, guys? This is what you're doing today. You know, you've got that ascending lower trend line, and you've got the flat upper trend line, and that's what we've got today. And as providing, you know, you can come down, you can hold this EMA, you're going to get that initial break, and I think the direction is upwards, guys. I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. A bit of me would like to have seen a bit more of a sell-off for the crypto space. You know, we know many people are watching September because September's typically, you know, the market sells off in September. But this sell-off that we've just currently gone through may actually have been enough, you know, that it cleared out enough kind of leverage ready for people to come back in and continue. If you look at the MACD, guys, it looks absolutely beautiful. I mean, this just looks like you're on the start of something great. And this is really ties in with what we're expecting for the rest of the... I'm really good at doing that, leaving the draw tool on. This is kind of what we're expecting for the rest of the year. You know, we're expecting 2017 or prior to that 2013-esque kind of blow off top. And that September sell-off may not really be much of a sell-off. It could just be a bit of an area where you kind of pause. But things look great, guys. Things are looking really good. This is kind of what we're anticipating, providing you don't start to fall below your EMAs and kind of get stuck below them. Things are looking good, and essentially you're just doing, you're coming up and doing this, and you're coiling up, ready for that break. That's the bias that we're leaning towards. And like I say, Bitcoin looks great. This looks great. And like I say, the real reason I'd like to have seen a sell-off is if this is your first wave in your new Elliott wave, that we've seen previously. It will end with a sell-off, and essentially that could not be coming just yet. You could get that kind of further on down the road. We know the Alonzo hard fork's coming, which usually sees, if you look at previous hard forks, prior to this one, Mary, and then before that you had Shelley, and what kind of takes place on the run up to the hard fork. You usually get a pretty spectacular run up to it, and then a bit of a sell-off after it. But I actually think where crypto is as a whole in its cycle, the good news that's just continuing to kind of come forward, guys, you've got the Cardano Summit, which takes place after the Alonzo hard fork, when we'll actually be able to showcase some of the innovation that's taking place on the Cardano ecosystem. This is going to be a real special event, and I just want to play you this clip. It is all speculation, guys. He's not confirmed anything. Just very interesting. So I'll play you this clip.
A single deal with Microsoft or Apple could bring 2 billion users into a cryptocurrency. Charles, has there been any progress with U.S. corporations or governments adopting Cardano? Well, I guess you guys are just going to have to come to the Cardano Summit, September 25th, 26th, digitally or physically, and find out.
I mean, he could just be completely messing around there, guys. I'm not really sure, but I do think there's going to be some pretty big things that are really going to drive the not only the price, but the adoption of Cardano in this kind of Cardano Summit event. It's just continuously good news, guys. I mean, the Scotsman had wrote an article and they gave Cardano a green light in terms of an investment and how high or low of a risk it is. I don't know why they keep using Elon Musk at the front of these cryptocurrency articles. In some ways, he's done quite a lot of damage to the crypto space. He's very good at manipulating things. I think a lot of things are going to come out towards the end of this year about him. I don't really feel any kind of way. I didn't like the way that he... Anyway, well, that's for another video. Fortune had essentially wrote about them and kind of spoken about how things were going. There's just so much going on at the moment, guys, with Cardano, with the ecosystem. I think that this trend continues, and I think you could see a break to new all-time highs very, very soon. And ultimately, it ties in with this. I still, like I say, would like to have seen a bit of a sell-off. Let's quickly switch to the daily. You are still pretty overextended from your EMAs here. You did have that bullish cross. And ultimately, I would like to see us potentially come down to this EMA again. But we don't have to, guys. We can continue. I mean, this is going to be such a strong bull trend that we're in now that, things can just continue from here. And ultimately, I do think that you are in this kind of a structure at the moment that is going to see a break to the upside. This ties in very nicely with the run-up to the Alonzo hard fork and everything that's going on in regards to that. And the kind of September sell-off that everyone's predicting may not affect Cardano as badly as others if we do indeed get one. And like I say, this was a pretty significant sell-off, and I think we're yet to see a true recovery from that. So we'll see what the future holds, guys. But ultimately, I'm very excited, very happy to be a part of the crypto space at this moment. If you're not already following me on Twitter, guys, head over to @RealAllInCrypto. We're going to be doing some interesting things over the coming weeks. I may release a Sunday swap video today or tomorrow. I'm not really sure. But ultimately, we're going to talk about some of the DEXs in the space. We've spoken about a number of other projects to come out of Cardano. I want to do a video on Sunday Swap, and we made a video yesterday where we didn't have too much nice things to say about Ethereum, and I think that really ruffled a lot of feathers. You guys know Ethereum's in my top 3 right along with Cardano. I still hold it, and I'm going to continue to do so. The only thing that I said was that I was going to cash my DeFi out and move it over to Cardano, so I was going to start using things like Meld, Liquid instead of Compound and Aave. And instead of something like Uniswap, maybe use one of the DEXs on Cardano because it offers a better thing. And it's not that... I'm not saying this to annoy anyone. I'm not saying this to be tribalistic. I'm not an any coin maximalist. I'm a crypto or blockchain maximalist. And ultimately, what you have with Ethereum right now is it's like a PS4 being Ethereum and a PS5 being Cardano. It's a newer generation of crypto. And that's apparent in a number of ways. Ethereum would even admit that themselves. That's why they're coming up with Ethereum 2.0. which when it gets here will hopefully make it a lot more competable. But it's kind of like playing on choosing to play on a PS4 when the PS5 is not only cheaper but offers a better experience. It doesn't make sense at the moment. I mean, I've been looking to get into a coin now for a while that I'd have to go through Uniswap to get, and I've put off doing it just because I'm basically on principles. The gas fees I just refute paying it. It's more of a principle thing than anything else. And as a result of that, the coin has essentially, nearly doubled whilst I've been waiting for the gas fees to come out. So it's just not a great experience at the moment. We don't hate Ethereum. We don't hate any of the developers. You've got people like Justin Drake, etc., etc. They're all very, very intelligent guys. Vitalik himself. But I see Cardano as the newer and better in many ways crypto. And that's going to be proven, I think, when we have smart contracts and on into the future. So that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend so far. I hope you're not eating too much on Sunday. Everyone tends to do that, especially with your Sunday dinners. And that's really all I have for you in this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gents.